Well, hello my beautiful Aries, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for June 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, you may notice I'm in a different environment at this time. I've just gone to visit family members for the next coming weeks, but I will be back in my usual space after that. I just thought I'd explain the location change there for you. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your monthly reading for June. I can't believe we're here already, but here we are. Now, you may have been feeling this the most because we just had Saturn move into your sign, making us all sit up very, very straight, pay attention to higher standards, and keep our eyes on our personal prize. Now, Saturn moving signs can give us all a pretty major wake-up call to remind us that our actions today shape our future to come. And it reinforces discipline and questions our life philosophy and belief systems, which can be a pretty challenging energy. Luckily, we have my favorite planet Jupiter muscling in on the action this month to steal the glory by offering us all a great big cosmic hug. And let's face it, I really feel like we all really need that right now. And of course, this will deliver rewards for all of your hard work and focus, and it offers gateways of opportunity to better luck. Now, the planets change signs all the time, of course, but we have had some pretty major shifts recently, and it's been hard to catch a break. Thank goodness for June taking the edge off before things really intensify in July. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, as we need to really bask in June's pause to appreciate all that we have right now and, of course, all that is yet to come. It's really challenging at this moment in time, and the pressure really has been on for the majority of the collective. And of course, we can lose sight sometimes of all that you've achieved so far, especially when you're in a flurry of activity to keep life moving forward to hit your next target. But June is a month where the more you acknowledge your personal accomplishments so far, it will reflect and amplify to send you more into your life. For we have officially moved into the glorious Gemini season, the twins. They mirror and double down on the energy, and Jupiter reinforces and expands good luck to offer you more. Now, this month really is something to acknowledge, because when you step into your power and know that you deserve more, the universe will deliver opportunities for more. Now, of course, we still have to focus on responsibilities and tasks, but this month it reminds you to enjoy the simpler pleasures in life. Fun with your nearest and dearest, searching for your soul tribe, reset time in nature, nurturing yourself with good food and spending time alone to connect with your higher self. Also stepping into that passionate creative side of you. Now, Jupiter's greatest influence this month will be in your personal life as it nestles into the sign of Cancer, which is all about your home, your relationships, and of course your emotions. June is also a 6th month vibrationally, which guides us home to self. So there's going to be a lot of questions, soul searching there. You know, you're really going to be asking questions like where or who feels like home to you? And do you need to redefine boundaries? You'll be all up in your feelings as you endeavor to appreciate the present moment with the people that you really care about the most, but also it encourages declarations to self on what you are not willing to accept anymore. And it reinforces using that wonderful word no as a boundary of self-care. Now, this is a softer month, a heartfelt month of connections and a desire to create sacred space for important conversations and intimacy. And of course, there is a little bit of an inner battle this month because we are currently in Gemini season. So your extroverted side will also want to come out to play. It takes great strides to shine. So you'll have to find the balance between the two, alone time and also social activity. Now, the prowess of your intellect demands to be heard as it encourages creativity, questioning, great debates, and alternative opinions. Now, the magical energy this month demands that you stay curious, explorative, adventurous, and of course, open to the alternative path. Now, I would consider June a major personal comeback month as it removes stagnancy, awakens your imagination to run wild, and helps you stride towards many personal breakthroughs. And it's really a month to celebrate you and the unique spark of brilliance that you bring to your world. Also, we have fiery Mars, which affects you directly a lot, is also in Virgo. So if you think about all of these energies, you know, you have Saturn making you feel really strict, organized, strategic. You know, you've got Virgo, which keeps you focused on the minute details to serve your higher purpose and your goals with precision and refinement. So you are really going to be a force to be reckoned with this month, my beautiful Aries. You'll be super productive to make major improvements. And of course, we have that full moon in the sign of Sagittarius, another fire element there. And that will occur on the 11th. So that's going to be a little bit unpredictable. Let's just say that. So you may encounter a major plot twist that keeps you on your toes. Your spontaneous side comes out to play. So you really will be in your element there. And you might even surprise yourself by suddenly booking an impromptu event or vacation or even launching a project into motion. You know, as the full moon is in a fire element, we could see, you know, dips in personal energy, you know, highs and lows there. So just watch out for that. Keep on top of vitamins and, you know, hydration and things like that. But also there could be some intermittent power outages, as well as some travel delays or travel related glitches too. So if you're traveling this month, let me have a look at your energy. We have Six of Pentacles, so it's all about balance. I mean, I am feeling a little bit of a travel energy there. So some of you, if you are traveling, look out for any glitches there. You know, just check your details to make sure all the dates and times are in order and locations, for example. Also, you know, pack your visa, passport, all of those things, because it can be a time where there's a little bit of a glitch. Because we do have from the 15th to the 19th of June, and it's something to pay attention to. Jupiter, which is wonderful, of course, very benevolent, good luck planet there. It's in Cancer, which it loves to be in Cancer. You know, that expends that softness there. However, it's clashing with Saturn and Neptune, and this could ring in a disappointment or a sudden plot twist. However, the new moon on the 25th, you know, which will also be in Cancer, a lot of the planets are moving into fire or water elements, and I did mention this at the beginning of the year there. It will try to soothe the volatile situations in order to offer a personal solution or a better opportunity there. Often when the universe sends us a little bit of a bump in the road, it's often to launch us into a better option or direction there. Okay, now I'm not seeing any glitches there for you. I mean, the Devil card indicates that you're obsessed about something, a goal, or you're looking at excess in your life. Perhaps some of you are paying attention to heart health at this time because you have the Lovers card there as well. So it could be that you're reinforcing a diet or exercise routine or getting active just to stay on top of things. I mean, I don't see anything negative here for you, but I will tap into all of your cards as we get to them. Now, this combination of planetary alignments globally can see water-related events a clash on the high seas, flooding, or even volatile underwater activity that expands land masses. Now, I did mention this in my yearly forecast too, and unfortunately we will continue to see seismic activity increasing, especially around the Ring of Fire, but it will come towards a major climax. And a couple of planets, they are shifting into water elements, Cancer in particular, during Gemini season, so it will encourage people coming together to offer humanitarian aid or support, especially in crisis. You know, there will be a softer side to humanity this month. You'll see a lot more compassion there as well. And also conversations in and around detoxification, especially when it comes to additives in the food industry or even a major shakeup in the agricultural sector too, as we also have conversations about the removal of harmful sort of chemicals and things like that. That will be on discussion for change. Now, the Gemini Sagittarius influence can actually encourage global activism, a desire for freedom, to reinforce transparency. We'll continue to see major exposés. I did say that 2025 is going to be an eye-opener for sure, and it's definitely been that in many different areas in life. But we could have conversations in and around the mismanagement of global funds. You know, this could come to light. Also, you know, because we've got that clash with Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune, there could be a little bit of a dip economically. Okay, so something to look out for in and around those dates. Now, also, you know, there are going to be questions like, will anything ever change? Well, the answer is yes, things will change. It'll be a long road, of course, but it will lead to change eventually. And we will see new technological breakthroughs emerge, especially in and around the healthcare industry, so that's really positive. And of course, at the end of the month, we leave on the solstice, opening a gateway to personal growth and healing. It really marks a return of personal light and hope. And it's a highly sensitive month. As you listen to your heart, you're definitely doing that, listening to your heart to move forward with great purpose. You know, you have the Lovers card there at the end of the month. So that's about you connecting to people that you care about, or it can also be that you find a soulmate if you're looking for love. But ultimately, this is about you manifesting something or wanting something that aligns with your true heart purpose. And I feel this could be you manifesting something in that perhaps is a bit of a surprise. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there, because you also have that Five of Cups. Five of Cups can indicate that a lot of you are letting something go that perhaps has served a purpose in your life, but it's creating space for more. Okay, and also I always see the Five of Cups as the universe kind of making you take stock of your life and all the things that have been dissatisfying that you want to change, but it is kind of like nudging you to clear space for something special and unexpected into your life. So if you are single, I would definitely say, if you have been going through a lament, or you have been you know, grieving a past relationship or trying to heal from something, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. I have been through heartbreak before, and of course everybody's experience of it is different, but it is challenging. It is an energy of being broken down, tired, questioning everything, and it puts you in a tailspin, of course. But I do see that you're rebuilding, and I actually see the universe sending you in a love that truly loves you in the way that you deserve to be loved. Okay, that's coming in there as well. So let's get to your first card. You have the Sun energy. So I feel like you are reinforcing positivity this month as much as possible, because I feel there's an energy here of you getting over something, or feeling like, whew, thankfully, May is over. So some of you may have gone through some challenge in May there, but the Sun indicates you're trying to be really positive. You're trying to put a smile on top of things. You're stepping into empowerment. You're going through major personal development and growth, and it can indicate that you're not allowing anything or anyone to dull your shine. You're leading with passion this month, but also you're putting a spotlight on you know, balance, because you have two sixes here. Six of Pentacles is about where you spread your time and your attention to. Some of you may even do some charitable work this month, or do something to raise money for charity. And this is going to be like a boomerang of good karma coming right back to you. Even though you're not doing it for that reason, I feel, you know, you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. But I do see some really good things coming towards you because of your beautiful heart. Okay. Now, the Sun energy indicates passion. It indicates warmth. But also, some of you may desire to go to a vacational spot where there is the sun, warmer climates there. So, you know, this figure here is by the sea. So some of you could be traveling this month or saving for some sort of vacation that sees you go to some sort of resort or go to a place that is by water. Doesn't have to be, but some of you, I feel a vacation is calling you. There will be a little bit of a delay, but I do see compensation for a delay because there is a justice card there. And it tells me that some of you may have to go through some sort of legal procedure, fill in forms or, you know, document something, and there will be a compensation. And I feel like you'll get the maximum compensation there as well, okay, for any delays over a certain period. I feel there's a rule there connected to that, so it could be that you have to look into the logistics or the rules or regulations, you know, the fine print, the terms and conditions of travel, and find out what it is that you are owed, but you will get it, okay? It'll be a process and it'll be a slow one, but you'll get it, so don't give up on that. Now, the Sun card, especially since your 9th house is influencing you, this is the great quest for meaning. So you could be, you know, focusing on your destination of where it is you deserve to be. You know, you're focusing on your ambitions with the Sun card. You're focusing on yourself because it is connected to ego, not in a negative way, in a positive way that reinforces prioritizing your own needs from a healthy space, communicating what it is you deserve, not just to the universe, but also to the people around you. But the great quest for meaning with that 9th house is you kind of connecting to your higher self, deepening your connection and your vision for what you aspire to achieve in your future. Now, your 9th house, of course, is all about growth. It's about not just journeys physically to destinations where you expand your mind and learn more about culture or food or, you know, have experiences that you wouldn't normally have where you live in your current circumstances, because it is all about expanding your wisdom. It's about the journey of life, okay? So a lot of you are locked onto your sense of purpose this month. You're goal-oriented, and it can be that you're learning about the ups and downs of life and how to bring more adventure to life, because that Sun card can be a very adventurous card, you know. It's about freedom from something. So because you have the 10 of Pentacles there and the Justice card, a lot of you could be looking at your debts. So it could be that you're focused on your finances, financial structures, mortgage repayments, pension pots, 401ks, but also taking down any sort of repayment plans on cars or cell phones. It could be that you're just keeping an eye on things because your 4th house is also influencing you, which is all about stability. And your 9th house and the 4th house can be that you're learning to manage debt, or that you're learning to, you know, pool your resources so that you can take down that debt quicker, for example. So there could be structure or legalities there. The Sun is to see. It is to get clarity on something. And you have the 6 of Pentacles there, so that can be about moving money about, pooling your resources. 6 of Swords, a lot of you could actually finish a repayment plan or, you know, some sort of contract in the month of June there in order to shop around and find alternatives. Because you have the Justice card, this can be that you're focused on contracts, service providers, things that keep your life running smoothly, you know, the day-to-day things, because your 4th house is also influencing you, which is all about foundation, the home space. So you could be looking at service providers and looking at the exchange. Are you getting a good service for the amount of money that you're paying for them? Can you negotiate a better deal? For some of you, there is this energy of you like not really wanting to change a service provider, but also finding a better alternative and deciding to disconnect your services and your business from that service provider because you feel with that 6 of Swords there that it's run its course, that it's not offering you what it was before, and you're wanting reciprocity, because that 6 of Pentacles is like, okay, I'm happy to pay for a service, but I want to make sure I'm getting the best service for my finances. So you could actually, especially in and around energy, because the Sun is all about energy there, but it doesn't have to be, you know, it can be a subscription that you're disconnecting from because you're downsizing, you're letting it go, you don't utilize it as much as possible or as much as you used to. It could be there's a new periodical that informs you better, because this is all about information, this card, as well as, you know, the 6 of Swords there. It can be new information. You're moving on to something. You're progressing in some way. You're evolving. Some of you, it could be that you're outgrowing a friendship. as well. It could be that it's really challenging and sad to let go of a friendship. It can be that there's distance there, or you're just noticing that there is a change and you're taking a step back because you are more about reciprocity this month. You're doing what you feel is fair. And, you know, this person, they will step up. They will come back towards you because they're noticing a shift within you as well. But I feel there's this energy here where, you know, they slip back into an old pattern. I hate to give this message, but you do have the Four of Cups there and the Devil card, and because we're in that challenging period, the 15th to the 19th of June, where Jupiter clashes with Neptune and Saturn, of course, these are disappointment cards. So someone could let you down in the month of June. I hate to give you that message, but for example, if you are a parent and you are booking child care, it could be that at last minute there's a change or they can't make it, and you have to source an alternative. For some of you, it could be that you're going for an interview for something, and then suddenly the date changes and you're like, oh, it clashes with another interview and you have to rearrange, or you have to factor it in. You may even have to cancel it and say, you know what, I can't make that. For some of you, it could be an appointment, a healthcare appointment that comes in, and you know, you may have told someone that actually you can't make certain dates, but it gets lost in the process, and suddenly they send you an invitation or a letter for an appointment, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's the time that I was away, and or they can't make it. I told them that, but it gets lost in the system, and it's disappointing because you want to have that appointment, but now you have to reschedule, for example. So that Five of Cups can be that you have to let go of something, reschedule it. It's disappointing, but you will get an alternative, for example. So it's not all lost. I do feel that you will find the alternative, but it can be that you know, at first you're like, it's very frustrating. The Devil card can indicate, oh, what a frustration, or it makes you annoyed because nobody listened in the first place, for example. So there could be something regarding that. Now, I do want to mention that if some of you have come to this reading and you're currently out of work, if you've been, you know, made redundant, or the end of a contract has come here, and you're now sourcing new freelance work or seasonal work, for example, and you've been feeling a bit anxious or worried there with that Devil card, the Five of Cups indicates that the position that you had to let go of, or that has come to an end there, you know, there is an energy that there's something better on the horizon here for you. Let it go, let it flow, because I do see a match. I feel like you have to make a decision at the end of the month. So you have the Lover's card, which is a choice card, basically, but there is a dream job opportunity coming on in that you will have the pick of the bunch. It feels very much like you have to let someone down. So there's going to be two opportunities that come in. One of them you're like, okay, I feel it's a very toxic environment. One of them that you're like, it feels a little bit off. The Devil card is there for a reason, okay? So it can indicate that you're like, it feels like first port of call as well. So as soon as you go into the reception or the security area to either sign in, or maybe the first person you're greeted by, they're really grouchy or really like off, or maybe even absent. You have to call someone in and say, hey, I'm in reception, or something like that. You know, there could be this energy where you're just feeling an undercurrent of people having low workers' morale, and you can feel the pressure in there. It's not nice. And that is your intuition saying, this is not for you. Okay. Now, of course, you're going to choose the option that pays you the best money, of course. So, you know, I feel the best money comes connected to the one that really sets your soul ablaze, because you're leading with passion. I feel a lot of you also will sign a contract, and the Ten of Pentacles is in the resistance position with the Four of Cups. So at first the money, you know, it feels a little bit disappointing, like, okay, it's still good money, don't get me wrong. I'm just being given two opportunities. One, the money is not what you're looking for, and you're going to discard this opportunity. But the other one, it feels like the money is a little bit disappointing for what you were hoping for, but I feel there's this energy because there's a contract. It may be like a starting salary, or, you know, a probation period where you get a lower amount of money until you sign a contract and then it staircases, or you get to negotiate a better deal. Okay, the Five of Cups tells me that something better is on offer. I actually like the Five of Cups because it indicates something that you are detaching from, maybe even an expectation. It feels like there's a shortage or a difficulty. The universe kind of says, but look at what we want to offer you next. It feels very much like you're open to more and you're going to get more. Okay, so don't sell yourself short. You can negotiate a better deal, valuing yourself. That 10 of Pentacles goes into the upright, which means you really get the best salary for the position. So you're attracting more. You'll also be given an opportunity to grow in this role and reach, some sort of higher status there as well. So I'll leave that there with a lot of love and respect. I would say you're signing a contract in the month of June, especially towards the end of June there. And I feel like you will disconnect from one role. You let someone down, okay? For some of you, it could be a disappointment that a role that you thought you wanted doesn't go your way, but ultimately the next one that comes along is the dream job opportunity. There's always a reason for us kind of like not getting exactly what we wanted first, because sometimes the universe says, well, I know that there's better on offer. Don't sell yourself short. Wait. See the process, believe and receive. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. Now, a lot of you are looking at your energy levels this month, whether you're looking for a job or not. There, the Sun card is all about you shining your energy, staying on top of energy levels. So it could be that you're looking at things that are toxic, that drain you, okay, because the Devil card is there. 5 of Cups, a lot of you may be purifying at this time, detoxifying from something or connecting to some sort of healthier practice there. You're taking your health goals seriously this month. Saturn is making you very serious, okay? But in a positive way that reinforces your diligence and your focus on your goals. Now, 6 of Pentacles, balance and reciprocity is the key, but also this is a really nice financial surprise. You're going from a 6 of Pentacles to a 10 of Pentacles. So there could be some money news. Could be a rebate, tax rebate there for you. Could be something from your past, comes into your future. So it could be a royalty or, some sort of increase in finances on some sort of project that you had ticking over, automated on the side. For some of you, it could be real estate. Perhaps you've been looking to fill a property and it's been vacant for a while. Suddenly someone comes in and rents or purchases your property, for example. There's some sort of surprise news because 6 of Pentacles indicates the universe is exhibiting generosity, and there's a really nice surprise there for you. So I'm also seeing a lot of you compelled to connect to higher learning at this time. So if you're booking a class of learning, especially if there's a test that's connected to it, don't worry about the test. You're going to pass that with flying colors, okay? But I'm being given this energy that there's someone on that course that you may need to know for your future. And they're very generous with information or contacts, or even they help you get involved in some sort of like inner circle of something. If you're going to university, for example, you could meet someone who is highly connected and, you really get on with this person. However, this person, there's an energy about them where they're really wonderful, okay? But they also occasionally hang around with a crowd that are, let's put it this way, sometimes challenging, okay? I'm not really sure what that energy is, but I feel like you don't get involved in that part, however, okay? It feels like you've got a really nice connection to this person, but they may invite you to something, but intuitively you're like, that's not really my scene. And you're right. It's not, okay? Because the Devil card is there. So the 5 of Cups indicates you may turn down an invitation that is extended to you, because the 6 of Pentacles is to, extend a generosity or invite you to something. And I just feel like for some of you, it just feels like you're maturing or evolving and saying, actually, that's not for me. You're being more discerning about the energy that you give out or the places you frequent or who you hang around with, and I feel like you're just not wanting to get involved in something, an event, and you're like, nah, it's not for me. So you actually decide to stay away from that. And actually, you're right not to, because there could be some sort of drama or conflict at that event that you will hear about afterwards, and you're like, I'm glad I didn't go there. Okay, so that's coming out there. I'm just going to move away from the energy, but we have charity, generosity, and sharing. So whenever you are successful, and I see a lot of success here for you, because, the 6 of Swords can indicate you're going through a major change, lifestyle changes, transition, but you're going towards something that brings a lot of reward there, a lot of success. Your 10 of Pentacles is abundance. Your 4 of Cups indicates the universe is going to surprise you with something that is more fulfilling and rewarding. A lot of you need to guard against boredom this month as well. You're leading with passion, so you're on a high energy, and that can give you a dip sometimes where you feel really frustrated when nothing's really happening. So this 9th house, when nothing is happening, it means there's a pause on purpose. Your 9th house says slow down, stillness. There is wisdom in that. It helps you manifest, but also meditate and connect to higher vibrations there as well. Now, Six of Swords, a lot of you, there is travel there. So I feel that you're going to have a wonderful time with travel. You're going to have a reset, mindset reset there as well. But the Six of Swords indicates that if you have been going through a challenging time, this month is easier. This is a month where you remove obstacles, you recover from something, and it is an evolutionary month where you're moving on from a past situation, but also you have a destination in mind and you're going to get there. So you could be locked onto your personal passions at this time, your goals, and obsessively so. You know, the Devil card with the Lover's card can indicate that you're obsessively working on something that you love at this time, and it's going to see you advance forward. Just make sure that you have some downtime to recharge your batteries, because the universe knows what is coming in next, and you need all of that energy for all that wonderful abundance that's coming in. But also, there is a flurry of activity. You're going to be very busy as you move from June into July, is what I'm seeing there. But it says here, transition, leaving behind, and moving on. And I would say a lot of you are moving on from a disappointment, okay? Some of you could also be moving on as in relocating to a new neighborhood. And at first, with the Devil card, I mean, you're going to love the neighborhood, but the Devil card can indicate that there's a little bit of anxiety because you're getting to know places, okay? It feels like you're not quite fitting in at first, but there will be a plateau period. You know, that Five of Cups can indicate that some of you are worried that, you know, have you left a neighborhood, or are you relocating and leaving your heart behind? And what I mean by that is some of you may be thinking about moving abroad, for example, or, you know, running your business from abroad or overseas. Six of Swords can be a very international energy, crossing water, for example. And it can be that, you know, a better life beckons for you abroad. And it may be really further away from your family and friends, or where you have built a foundation. Your fourth house is all about your stability, your home life, where you have grown up, for example, or where you are sort of like established at right now. So it could be that you're contemplating a move, but, you know, you're worried about, you know, moving far away from family members or friends, but actually it gives them an opportunity to travel, to see you, to have a vacation. You know, I have to say this, some of my closest friends moved a couple of years ago to a different country, and at first I was feeling completely bereft, but actually I saw them more after they moved. You know, because it was a wonderful adventure there. I factored it all into the plan. Sometimes when someone's just down the road, you know, you do see them often, but you just kind of accept that they're there and you can tap in whenever you need to. But of course, you know, good friends, they remain strong for life. And of course, no matter where you go to in the world, you will always have that connection. There's a heart connection with people there. And I feel like the Five of Cups indicates you're in a mindset of looking at what you're set to lose, but also everything that you're set to gain. So I feel if you're making big decisions for your family at this time, you know, you are making a decision from a very healthy place, a logical decision using your headspace, you know, the logistics of it all, but also being detached enough to make a logical decision. But also your heart is involved as well with that Lover's card. You're making the best decision for you, and only you can make that decision. And I feel like you're factoring everything in. So I do see that you're going to have a wonderful time, but you're going to feel the fear and do it anyway, is what I see there. But there's a lot of opportunity there for you as well. Now, for some of you, if you've been unwell recently, I feel June is a month where you manage the symptoms, and you may even identify a practitioner or someone who has a lot of compassion to help you identify how to manage things and, you know, lessen either pain or symptoms in some way. Six of Swords can indicate that, you know, you're out of a period where things have been challenging. If you've just gone through a procedure or an operation, for example, convalescing is the name of the game for you, and you're going to be healing there. And of course, you may feel frustrated with that Devil card where you want to get up and do stuff, but it's important because you will have a setback if you don't honor your body, mind, and soul reset. You need to recharge your batteries there. Now, of course, a lot of you are disconnecting from food substances or things that drain you of energy. Some of you could be leaving a job, a toxic job, or a toxic relationship. For some of you, it could be that you're owning your power, stepping into that empowerment there. And if you're going through a divorce at this time, again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, so much love. The Devil card can indicate that there's going to be some challenges there, okay? And that people may have some power play, as it were. But ultimately, the Five of Cups, you may lament, where did the love go? Why are people acting in such a negative regard? But ultimately, you are set free, okay? And I feel you are going to enjoy this new part of your journey. And while you will take some time to reset and get into a new pace, I feel like the universe is aligning you with a true love, someone who is good for you, someone who honors who you are and what you're about, and also is looking in the same direction as you. So if you are going through a divorce or a separation, of course, take the time necessary to heal, but the universe is aligning you with love. So if you're thinking that that's the last of your love experiences, no, the universe wants to send you more. But ultimately, stepping away from that, I feel a lot of you, this is about you and your sense of purpose and meaning with that 9th house. And the 4th house is about the plans. It's about structure. It's about getting those visions and turning them into reality. And, this is a cause and effect card. It means the actions you take now will affect your future. So I feel like you are taking actions with structure on a plan in order to make your dreams come true, as it were, and become a reality. You're using inspired action there. Now, of course, the Justice card can indicate that there is the humdrum aspect of life. For example, what I mean by that is like text messages, calling people back. I feel here there is some sort of correspondence, maybe even with a family member that you have the meaning to get around to doing, but you haven't done it. Or perhaps a family member has asked you to sort something out for them or organize something, and you're like, oh, I got to do that. You're going to do it in June, definitely there. But I feel, looking at the energy, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, we've got the 10 of Pentacles and we have the 4 of Cups. And this can indicate that either someone in your family or perhaps you, my beautiful Aries, this is why I say don't shoot the messenger. It's like you may be managing your expectations. There may be someone in your family or in your soul tribe who basically expects a lot of you, but no matter what you do, they're never happy with it or it's never good enough. But also this could be you, that you have such high expectations of yourself, which is wonderful, but sometimes, you're very critical upon yourself. And this could be a month where you're a little bit more compassionate on yourself there. The Devil card indicates there's an energy of frustration and a critical energy. Sometimes you may fall into a toxic cycle repeat to berate yourself, for example. If you feel like you should be further along on your journey, I feel like you're exactly where you need to be, and the universe is actually going to reinforce some good things coming your way that will meet your expectations, but just manage your to-do list, because sometimes we do set ourselves up to fail. Now, I always say there's no such thing as failure, only learning, and that's something my guides gave me, because if you put 10 things on your to-do list and you know that they are huge things that you need to do, and realistically, because you have the Justice card, that's about realism, right? It's about cold, hard truth. Realistically, if you looked at that list and said, okay, I can probably do 3 of those things today, not 10, 3. So let me just put the priority list up, 3 things, and complete those. And then any other time that you have free, you can add to that. And then you feel much better about yourself because you've added to your to-do list because you completed the 3 major things. But if you have 10 things on that list and you only complete 3, then you start kind of berating yourself saying, oh my gosh, if I had just limited this or taken away that distraction, or, if I had more time, I could have done the other 7 things. We kind of set ourselves up for trying to do it all at once. June is a month that says you don't have to do it all at once. Prioritize what's important and you'll surprise yourself that actually you get more than you thought you would get done, if that makes sense. Now, also, stepping away from the energy, some of you may be called up for jury service there, okay? And you may actually be, thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. For some of you, you may reschedule it, okay? Because it may coincide with a vacation that you have or something that you're doing an appointment there. So I definitely see you may get an alternative date, but the case that you have to connect to, it's tough, okay? There's a lot of really negative things there. So, of course, you're going to be an asset to this jury team, but I would say bring some black obsidian or black tourmaline to that as a self-protective measure. Now, I don't see anything negative happening to you because of it, not at all, okay? I just feel like some of the things that are going to come out in that case are harrowing, and it could be something you're like, oh, for example, when you watch a really scary movie, okay, it's just a movie, you're watching it, But after that scary movie, it stays with you. It's part of you now. You know, if you hear a sound after it, you're like, oh, what was that? And it really changes your vibration and your energy. Now, I love a scary movie, okay? Don't get me wrong. But, you know, a couple of hours after that, I'm like, what's that sound? What's that? And then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to sleep with the light on tonight. Or I'm going to call my bestie. Or I'm going to do this, you know. So it can really impact you. It stays with you. And there may be something about this case that stays with you. So just be a little bit mindful because especially in the solar plexus area, especially if you're open in that area, because solar plexus area is yellow, okay, and you've got the sun energy, this can indicate this area of you is wide open, okay, and that can indicate that you absorb other people's energy. Just watch out for that. Now that can be in any area that you feel is toxic. So if you work in an environment where people are toxic or there are toxic working practices or even family dynamics or even neighborhood, you know, this area can be wide open and absorb that. And you may be feeling, you know, a little bit cranky or a little bit more negative than usual and like, why? I'm a little bit off today. I don't understand. You could be absorbing other people's energy. Okay, so just watch out for that. I'm being given the word reset as well. So I feel this is a month to reset that. But, you know, this is a card that's normally number 11, but it's number 8. Okay, so 8 is the number of the self. So I feel a lot of you are being stricter on yourself and holding yourself to higher standards this month. And we have that 10 of Pentacles. You're all in on something, you know, a project, but also you're looking at your legacy, you know, you're focusing on your sense of purpose there. I mean, your 4th house, because we have a 10 of Pentacles there, some of you could actually launch a business from the home space. This could be you setting up a contract or legal structure in order to make that happen there. Okay, so I feel like it's a passion project. You'll make a lot of money from that. If you're doing some DIY around the home space or decluttering, this could also be a period where you actually sell pre-loved goods and, you know, attract more money into your life. This is a card of abundance. 10 of Pentacles, you know, yes, there's family responsibilities there. You may have to find the balance between your own time and your own priorities and needs, whilst at the same time factoring in everybody else there. But ultimately, I feel this is a highly cleansing month. I mean, this is a 10 of Pentacles, and there is a figure there going into the ocean, washing themselves, you know, purifying in some way, or just being with nature. So I feel a lot of you getting out into nature is important, but also like some of you may have a salt bath, for example, to detoxify or decompress after a hard day. Some of you could actually, you know, be called to get a massage, for example, because I see a lot of pressure that's been on you there. But the 10 of Pentacles, some of you may have to deal with some sort of legality in and around your home space. You could be purchasing real estate, for example. 10 of Pentacles is about property. Your 4th house is also about property. So this could be that you're either renting space or selling space or actually, you know, deciding to purchase. You may also, especially if you deal with a landlord or landlady that is not holding themselves to high regard, you know, you could be departing from this space in order to find an alternative property. Some of you could also feel that, you know, you don't want to deal with this person anymore and decide to relocate and find, you know, a better property than you had before, because the 5 of Cups is like you're letting go of something and you're feeling a bit nervous about it, or, you know, you have some regrets in connecting to it, or you felt disappointed by it or let down, but you're sacrificing it because there's something better on offer, okay? For some of you, this could also be you get news from a landlord or landlady to say that they are selling up and that you have a certain amount of time to vacate. And at first, it presents a real conundrum or a frustration. You're like, oh my gosh, this is the last thing I need. But actually, you find a better property and actually you manage to save more money there. For some of you, if you're worried about finances, I feel a lot of you could actually launch a business endeavor or find new money-making ideas, or even an opportunity to increase your wealth, because anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright there for you as well, okay? Now, we do have that 4 Cups. It says apathy, contemplation, and disconnection. So some of you may be noticing that you're just doing life right now, responsibilities. 10 of Pentacles is responsibility, and it can be that, you know, you felt that you've been on autopilot. And this is a month where you reinforce a platform to explore your passions or reignite that spark, that lust for life. You're revitalizing your spirits, as it were. You may have felt like you've lain dormant for a while, which is unusual for a beautiful Aries. It can be that, you know, this is something that is not typical of you. So now you're like learning more about how you felt. You're recovering from something, you're evolving, and suddenly there is an influx of emotion. You're hit with all this like high vibe energy after feeling disconnected for some time. And for some of you, I have to mention it because it's there. For some of you, because we have that inheritance card with the justice card there, it could be that you're going through some sort of legality. A legal case, for example, or you're going through inheritance probate, for example, and it can be very challenging. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there, so much love. A lot of you with that Five of Cups, you could be overwhelmed with grief. And there is this energy of sometimes feeling numb and on autopilot and having to deal with all the logistics and the legalities. And you just rather would have the person with you. And it can be a very challenging time. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. Things will come to a natural conclusion, of course. There could be some people who come out and are not in high vibes. The Devil card can indicate people really kind of show their true colors when money is involved, and it can have very complex repercussions. The Ten of Pentacles in the resistance position can indicate family conflicts because of money or inheritance, people coming out and making a claim and all of those things, or maybe even something that just wasn't as clear as it could have been, and people are just trying to work out their place in it all. So, I'm sending you so much love there. It will come to that natural conclusion, but I do feel that, it will be a process. And you'll see lots of signs and symbols from the person in spirit as well to highlight that they walk with you during this time and that they are guiding you towards something greater. Even though there was a complex relationship there, I feel like there's a lot of unconditional love, okay? They send signs to let you know that they care and that they are holding your hand through this is what I'm being given. So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to disconnect from that energy. Now, ultimately, because you have the Sun card there, a lot of you are thinking about your legacy, your rise to fame or passion, projects that rise you towards success. So with that Sun energy, some of you could be in the public eye or get an opportunity to staircase your finances and be seen. If you're an influencer, for example, something you do could go viral. Some of you, it could go global, overseas contact there. If you're a business owner, if you're a creative, for example, and you're putting your creations online, you could utilize the internet to expand your reach during this time. Or a lot of you are promoting your work or marketing what you do there as well. And for some of you, if you're retiring, it could be that you're looking at the logistics of that, or, filling in forms, having to change your status with tax and all of those things. It could be that you're getting everything in order to enjoy your retirement, which I see that you are. I mean, you do have to guard against boredom. You need to keep active there because you are someone who's very passionate. That's the only thing I see there, especially with that Four of Cups. But I do see here something wonderful being offered to you, an opportunity to get involved in your community or build in soul tribe members, or there's a flurry of activity. That's what I see there, where you keep life moving forward. Some of you may even purchase real estate abroad as a retirement property there as well. Or if this is something that you have already, it could be that you're spending time between the two with family members and in that retirement property there as well. Now, the Four of Cups often means that there is an opportunity coming in that the universe is going to surprise you with. You were not expecting it, and it actually meets your requirements, or it kind of like fulfills you in a more rewarding way there. So I would say you've got two nice surprises coming in the month of June there for you. Something that you manifested, but also something that you were not expecting, because there is surprise energy there. Now, this is the end of the month. We got the Lovers card, which is all about your heart space. Home really is where your heart is at the end of the month, okay? So this could be you spending time socially with the people that you care about the most, but also a lot of you may spend time in your home space. But ultimately, big philosophical questions can arrive during this fourth house with the Lovers card. You have to make some lifestyle changes here or decisions there that benefit you so you can follow your heart. So if you've been feeling stuck in a rut recently, I definitely see this is a month of a breakthrough there for you. And the Lovers card with the Devil card, if you are looking for love, there is some chemistry. There is some serious physical activity if you want it there as well. But I feel a lot of you, the Five of Cups, you could let someone down if there's just chemistry with you and a person. and you're favoring love, because the Five of Cups indicates you will have a choice and you may have to let someone down. If there's a physical attraction, you're looking for substance. Okay, so I would say this is a prime time to meet a soulmate. Okay, if you're already in a relationship, I feel this could be you and your partner reigniting that spark and remembering why you fell in love with each other in the first place. I mean, there's been a lot of responsibilities and there may have been some conflicts or some challenges there, but I feel both of you are getting back to remembering what you love about each other, and I feel like you overcome conflicts. Similarly, if you have been having a challenge with a person, you know, the Justice card indicates finding a solution, okay? But you may take a step back before you find that solution, because it's all about reciprocity and allowing the other person to join you in finding a solution, rather than you just having to extend your generosity, your love, your care, and your offer to, you know, reset things. I feel like you've been a bit of an overgiver with that Six of Pentacles. Also, if anyone has been breadcrumbing you, especially an ex, there may be someone who tries to, you know, come back into your life in the month of June. I feel like you're letting this person down. You're letting them go, letting them flow. And I feel like you're having a glow up. And I feel, you know, yes, there's still chemistry. Yes, you may be tempted because the Devil card is there. It is a temptation card. So a lot of you could be looking at your temptations this month, or looking at things that hurt you or are not good for you. And it can be that you want better for your heart. You want better for your body, mind, and soul this month. So you have choices. And ultimately, it is your choice. We make choices to either connect to something that is tempting but not good for us. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes, you know, a little bit of what we fancy is thrilling. It's exhilarating. And finding the balance between the two is important. But ultimately, that Five of Cups can indicate if it's hurting you, or if it's not, you know, good for you, or it's not fulfilling, you're letting it go. That Five of Cups indicates you're letting go of something. Now, yes, there is an energy here. It says loss, disappointment, grief. Some of you may be grieving something that you feel once was wonderful, but now it's changed. Okay, it could be a neighborhood, it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be that you know, you've been utilizing a beauty product for some time and it's been really great for you, but suddenly it gets discontinued and you're like, what? And you know, there can be with that Devil card fear, anxiety, anger, frustration. But ultimately, I feel the universe sends you an opportunity to realign yourself with something that is better for you. Okay, whether it's a product, whether it is a greater understanding in a friendship. Sometimes we got to step away from people in order to, you know, acknowledge how we feel about the dynamic and help them acknowledge that there may have been like a toxic cycle, codependency, or, you know, some sort of reason we had to step away so both parties could miss each other or try and find a way back to self so they can come and join in reciprocity there. So I feel a lot of you, you're coming back into alignment or balance with something that is better for you long term, okay? So I just heard the word developments. Positive developments is what I'm being given, okay? I'm just going to go and get some final cards for you. Some of you, you're looking at your commitments, and this could be your commitment to your projects, how you're all in, you give all of yourself, and sometimes you may feel the universe or life or the opportunity doesn't give back, but you're going to see a bit of a reset where there's a breakthrough, and you're going to see things give back to you. There is karma coming back to you that is super positive. Cleverness, good choices. Okay, as you've got that choice card at the end of the month, you're making good choices there. And my guides are wanting me to go again, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Okay, so finally we have independent. A quest for independence there. We have unclear path. Some of you questioning the path. That's your ninth house, okay? That is your ninth house saying it's time to look at the bigger picture here. So we've got cleverness, okay, fox. This could be a sign or a symbol that you'll see over the next coming weeks. But it says, carefully craft your next move to use the problem to your advantage. Your cleverness will serve you well. Quick-witted, crafty, and skillful. So problem-solving month, definitely. You're seeing things really clearly. I feel, of course, this is where your intellect and that prowess of your mind comes to the fore. We've got good choices. And it says there, expect a positive outcome from the good choices that you have made in the past. I did mention earlier something from your past comes into your present, which is exciting. An alignment there and forethought. So it's almost like you just knew. Intuitively, you just knew. Now, we also have unclear path. That's your ninth house of questioning there. Life's purpose, but also it says step by step keep going and it will lead you to the destination you might not have considered. As I mentioned, it feels like the universe is helping you shed something to deliver something that perhaps you haven't considered yet, something that you're not aware of, but it's going to be more fulfilling than anything that you imagined even. Sometimes, back in my past when I was like, why is this happening? I try this, it feels like 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, but then suddenly I get this calm energy of like, trust the process, let go. Don't hold on too tightly to things. Accept the nature of change. And then the universe delivered opportunities that were bigger and better than I ever imagined. So, sometimes we have to surrender to the process. It says explore your options, so highly explorative month for you. Curiosity is the key. Explore new opportunities and look into other options that you may not have noticed before. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the 5 of Cups, actually, the figure is lamenting 3 cups that are spilt on the floor. Okay, and 2 cups are behind the figure. This figure has not even noticed those other 2 cups. So I feel you may notice something you haven't really noticed before, and it is really positive in your month of June. We've also got independent, so some of you may launch an independent business or you want to be a little bit more independent. You may have been spending a lot of time with family members and friends, which is great. You need that interaction. If you're searching for your soul tribe, it could be that you're going to meet a new person and they'll become a friend for life, firmly in your life there. But, independent indicates you going off and doing your own thing. Freewheeling, it says it's time to strike out on your own and rise up to the challenge. You are more powerful than you know. Free, detached, and uncommitted. Okay, so that can apply to many areas of your life. And also some of you may notice very independent creatures attracted to you. Foxes and cats may actually come towards you in the month of June. Some of you may even be adopted by a cat or even a fox. There may be a fox that comes around occasionally. So just notice that. But also you've got superior, and it says become a leader in the situation. Speak and act with authority. Set your boundaries and know your limits. Bossing up, leadership, and authority. And that's the sun energy right there, okay? So I feel like you are a natural born leader in a way, but I feel this is a month to really shine and take your place in empowerment. But also an opportunity could arise for you, but I feel it's more connected to like July. You may hear about it like a promotion or raise, but it feels more as it's in July, but you may sort of make necessary steps or take action, sign contracts and things as you move in June. But the real aspect of it, settling into it, won't happen until July. So I'll leave that there. I hope something resonates for you all. A little bit complex, may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor the energy and the cards that pop out there. And finally, we have a TV. Okay, TV. Now, a TV, some of you, if you are in the media, this is your month to shine. There could be a project or a contract or an opportunity that comes in. Maybe your work is seen. This is, you being seen. So the TV is to be seen. So this could be a month where you're coming out of hermit mode. You're allowing yourself to be seen. If you're not in the public eye or you're not an influencer or in social media. But the TV can also be that, entertainment is key. It could be that you need to kick back and relax there. Basically, TV is your vision. Television. Very important. So your ninth house is telling you the vision. Your ninth house is very spiritual. It's very witchy. It's about your manifestation skills, seeing the vision in your mind. And when you speak that vision out to the universe, it connects to a vibration of you in the future that has that. Okay, so you're telling your visions to the universe, and the universe is saying, okay, I got you. And you're going to do some problem solving, take some necessary steps towards whatever it is you want, you desire, and it shall be so. You will literally see it play out in front of you in the earthly plane. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates there for you all. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.